Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making some chewy, delicious oatmeal scotchies. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna combine the dry ingredients, starting with 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, that's 180 grams. Too much. Scales are the best way to get accurate results with a perfect baked good. Just right. To puff things up, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda needs an acid to react to. Luckily, we're gonna use some dark brown sugar, which has acidic molasses in it. For some contrast, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And by the way, you can finish these cookies off with some flaked sea salt on top. And for that traditional warming oatmeal cookie vibe, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. If you wanted to, you could add some fun spices you enjoy. I like allspice and cardamom, but the world's your oyster here. My scale's done, let's grab a whisk and mix it up. Oatmeal cookies have a really long tradition, a lot of Scottish recipes for that, but Oatmeal Scotchies is really thanks to the Nestle company because they printed the recipe for Oatmeal Scotchies on the back of their butterscotch morsels bag. My version's a little different, and I hope you enjoy it. It might be better. Set the dry ingredients aside, and now let's get to our butter. Into the bowl of my stand mixer, fitted with a paddle attachment or a big bowl, we're gonna add 1 cup or 226 grams of nice and soft, unsalted butter. This is what we're talking about here. It's not melting in a pool, but it's also not rock hard. Nice and bendy. To sweeten and soften my cookies, I want 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, that's 100 grams, and 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Packed. If you're using a scale, it's about 220 grams. We're gonna mix this up on medium speed for about 3 minutes until it's light and fluffy, and you can scrape the bowl down if you're noticing big streaks of butter at the bottom. And by the way, if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new delicious recipes every week. Just about 3 minutes later, and what do we have here? A light and fluffy mixture of butter and sugar. Delicious. This is what I would want to spread on my toast as a child. Delicious. Okay. Into this mixture, we're gonna have 2 eggs, but I don't want any shells. That's not the vibe. So crack it into a little bowl, check for shells, and then we can add this in while mixing on medium. 1 at a time, please, scraping in between. Perfect. For a lovely bit of flavor, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, please. Now I'll scrape the bowl down since I didn't do it. This is the sort of thing that my boys would be like, Papa makes mistakes. All right, mix this up a little bit more since we scraped the bowl down. Perfect. By the way, if you love baking, but you can't always eat like tons and tons of cookies and things, you can make the batter, you could scoop it out, freeze it flat, and then pop those into a freezer bag. When you feel like making cookies, you can make an assortment of cookies. You can have chocolate chip, oatmeal scotchies, white chocolate chip, whatever you want, and you'll get an assortment of cookies. People will be surprised, and there's like no work for the on-demand treat. Mixing on low, we're gonna add the flour in and mix it until it's almost combined. That looks good. I still see plenty of flour, but we're almost there. For that lovely, chewy, like bit of toothiness, we're gonna add 2.5 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats. These are not quick oats. They're nice and flat, and they really stand up to baking a bit better. That's 270 grams. And finally, the star of our cookie, butterscotch morsels, the whole 11-ounce package. If you wanted to cut the sweetness of the butterscotch, you could add half of the container here and about 6 ounces of a chopped toasted nut of your choice. Pecans or walnuts are great in this. Lock your mixer down and mix on low until it's just combined. All right, our mixer is done. We're gonna scoop these up now. Grab a rimmed baking sheet and line it with parchment paper, and we're gonna scoop out 2 tablespoon-sized portions of dough. These guys need some chill time, so don't worry about spacing them out. They're gonna go into the fridge or freezer. Your oatmeal scotchies will last 3 to 5 days at room temperature in a covered container, or up to 3 months if you freeze the dough and bake it as needed. And by the by, if you are watching this video but you don't like butterscotch morsels, interesting choice, but you can of course make substitutions. You could use any kind of chocolate chip you like. I think the closest would be a white chocolate chip. Once all your dough is scooped out, you're gonna cover this and refrigerate for at least 1 hour or up to 72 hours. If you wanna speed things up, you can pop them into the freezer for 30 minutes. Towards the end of your chill time, preheat your oven to 375 so it's nice and hot and ready to go. My cookies are chilled, my oven is hot, so we're gonna arrange these balls about 2 inches apart and bake them up. These are great as is. If you feel inspired, you could top them with a little bit of flaked sea salt for kind of a salty, crunchy, sweet moment. My oatmeal scotchies are ready to go into the oven, 375 for 10 to 12 minutes. The edges will be set, but the centers will be slightly doughy. They'll finish setting and baking as they cool. In you go. Out of the oven and just cooled, my oatmeal scotchies are ready to enjoy. They're so soft and chewy on the inside, but crisp on the outside. It's the most pleasant texture, and I love the brown sugar with the oats, a touch of salt, and the butterscotch chips. I hope you had a chance to make this easy and delicious recipe, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my cookie playlist.